Greetings and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the power of love and how love leads to empaths' ability to escape from narcissistic abuse. My name is Dr. Narcissistic, transformational coach here at Inner Mileage, where we help people overcome their trauma so they can align and free themselves to a resonant life right here, right now. So love is often misunderstood because it's sold to us as romance, desire, and attachment. But true love, the kind of love that liberates, has nothing to do with attachment. In fact, love is the alchemical fire that burns illusions. It's the key that unlocks the prison of narcissistic abuse. Love is. It's the light that dissolves the darkness of psychic entrapment and spiritual cells. And if you're an empath who has felt trapped, today you will learn how love is your escape route. Not the love you are conditioned to seek, but the love that is your very essence. So let's get into it. What's the alchemical fire of love? The reason why empaths often get caught in narcissistic abuse is not because they are weak. No, it is because the empath misunderstands love. They confuse love with sacrifice, the empath. And the empath believes love is something given rather than something embodied. But in ancient mystical traditions, love is not an external force. It isn't. It's the fire that purifies the soul, transforming it from a lower state to a higher one. In fact, Carl Jung is famously quoted as saying, the human soul, when trapped in false identity, must undergo a purification process akin to alchemy. And the fire of love, rightly directed, transmutes suffering into awakening. Further, it is also said, that which is bound to the lower shall be burned by the fire of divine love, revealing the pure soul beneath. So you realize love is not an attachment to another person. It's a force that dissolves falsehood. And narcissistic abuse is an initiatory trial that forces the empath to discover the truth. So let's talk about narcissistic abuse in the context of psychological and spiritual hell. So often in the Buddhist cosmology, there's this notion of the hell realm, Naraka, not as a physical space, but as a state of mind created by suffering, delusion, and attachment. The experience of being trapped in narcissistic abuse mirrors this realm. And the narcissist creates an illusion, an emotional prison, where the empath's love is exploited. And this is not just psychological, it's spiritual enslavement. So we know when love when understood as a process of safety of self-reconnection, rewires the brain and allows trauma survivors to escape conditioned helplessness. That's Bessel van der Kolk from The Body Keeps Score. And the Tibetan Book of the Dead famously says, those who do not recognize the illusion of suffering shall remain in the hell realm until they awaken to the truth of their divine nature. So you realize narcissistic abuse creates a psychic hell realm where the empath feels trapped in endless suffering. And true love, not love for the narcissist, but self-realized love, is the only force that can break that illusion. So we come to a place where we are going to examine the hidden science of love and trauma. The hidden science of love and trauma. What is this? And what is there? So I want to say that love, when properly directed, can literally rewire the brain and therefore alter neural pathways. Research in neuroscience reveals that love, particularly self-love, increases neuroplasticity, reversing the effects of narcissistic abuse. So when you think about love as a chemical, oxytocin, which is the neuropeptide, according to Teresa Crenshaw, that's associated with love and trust, counteracts the effects of trauma, reinforcing an individual's sense of personal agency and safety. Just imagine this. Can you be afraid when you're grateful? Particularly in the context of there only being two binary emotions, love and hate, and everything else falls under it, according to my understanding. So you realize that love is not an emotion. It's a biochemical force that alters brain chemistry. And the empath must redirect love inward to rewire their neural pathways and escape narcissistic control. Because the opposite is what keeps the empath trapped under narcissistic control. Which means that if you're filled with hate and rage for the narcissists or the abusers in your life, you are allowing yourself to get deeper into the quagmire of even more abuse. You see? This is how it works. And the way out of it is to realize that to extend love to your abuser does not mean reconciliation or acceptance. It means you're not allowing yourself to go into the hell that the narcissist has made their permanent abode based on their own trauma, because we understand how narcissists become narcissists. Now, narcissists generally become narcissists because they were either highly neglected as children, which is true, or overindulged as a mascot to live up to expectations that were false, which made them become gaslighting, manipulative performers. So when you understand this, although their intentions and actions are evil and demonic and wicked, that you don't descend into seeking the same for them because that's what they desire. And this is how they neutralize your empathic light. So the trick for you is to do the opposite of what the narcissist wants you to do. It's not about being passive aggressive. It's about realizing that it's a game of opposites. Dealing with a narcissist is really a game of opposites. And when you can stay in this dimension, it becomes very difficult for the narcissist to trick you and to keep you under the spell, because the spell persists when you react. So how do you break the spiritual cells into psychic entrapments? Well, for many empaths, there's this psychic connection that they feel even if they've left to the narcissist, and they experience intrusive thoughts, strange synchronicities, and a sense that they cannot leave. And this is not just emotional trauma, it's energetic entrapment, and it's described in many traditions. For example, in the Picatrix, which is an Arabic grimoire from Arab mysticism, if you may, love aligned with truth is the most potent talisman against deception. Love aligned with truth. And the pure heart dismantles all enchantments. So there's a psychic, even physics-rooted dimension to this. Similarly, the unfortunate stated, another esoteric scholar, a spell only holds power over the mind that consents to its reality. And the moment one awakens to love as an internal force, the binding dissolves. So the key points here are narcissists use psychic binding techniques similar to occult magic, which they do through gaslighting, manipulation, and energy siphoning. And true love, realized within, acts as a shield against all energetic manipulation. Because when you're in a place of self-love, you will not allow yourself to be manipulated anymore, because you don't manipulate yourself or gaslight yourself anymore. So you realize that the abuse you went through was a great escape to get you back to the journey of love. And you escaped not through revenge, not through hatred, not even through logic. The escape is love, not for the narcissist, but for the divine essence within you. That's the ultimate rebellion, to love yourself so completely that no illusion can bind you. This is widely mentioned in the Emerald Tablets of Hermes Trismegistus, and it's firmly said, as within, so without. As within, so without. The love discovered within is the key to the prison without. So you realize the empath escapes not by fighting, but by transmuting pain into power. And love, when aligned, makes illusions, including narcissistic abuse, collapse. So in conclusion, if any of this resonates with you, type transform or let us know your experience. Remember to like, share, and subscribe this video, and hit the notification bell if this aligns to you. And I want to leave you with this thought. What's the point of love? Love is not a weakness. Love is not submission. Love is the force that shatters illusions. Whether you're trapped in narcissistic abuse or some psychological hell, the moment you awaken to it because of your love, nothing can hold you. Keep awakened, keep ascended. Peace.